Hi, Dr. Z again. And today the question is, how can kindness or self-kindness in particular help somebody with ADHD approach a task? How can I be more productive using self-kindness? This came up in a meeting with one of my patients. We kind of worked through it, and it was a really good discussion that I think you may find interesting. So self-kindness is really giving yourself permission not to berate yourself, not to judge yourself if you are having a difficult time with a task. So actually, if you allow yourself to say, can I be compassionate to myself? Can I look at myself with more kindness? You may notice that you are more willing to examine, why am I avoiding this task? Why am I not doing my taxes? Or why am I having this item on my to-do list, like, calling up a lawyer to get my will set up? I know it's important, I have to get it done, but I'm just not getting to it, and it's eating at me. It's sitting on my to-do list for weeks and maybe months now. So if you say to yourself, can I be kind to myself around this, and check in what comes up for me around this task, you're creating an opening. You're creating a permission to just notice what thoughts or feelings or assumptions come up for you around this task. And often the first feelings are, I'm a screw up, why can't I do this? A sense of failure or maybe shame. And then what often happens next is this tendency to scold yourself or criticize yourself. But if the intention is self-kindness, as you notice these thoughts of, I'm a failure, I should have done it before, how come I can't get it done? You keep applying the kindness, and almost like, what would a kind person say to that? What would you say to a friend who has trouble getting a task done? You would say, it's probably really hard for you. Something about this makes it hard. So instead of scolding yourself, you give yourself some understanding. And if it's hard, you give yourself this understanding. Because it's hard, you've been procrastinating on it. And also because you've been procrastinating, it's been kind of eating at you. There's an emotional toll of that. And so as you think about yourself and wanting to do things that nourish you or help you, it becomes more obvious, I need to do something about it. I need to figure out a way to tackle this challenge. It's clearly a challenge now. I'm not going to beat myself over the fact that I should just been done with it. I should have without a problem get it done. It's a challenge, and you have to somehow figure out a strategy to get things done. And here, some knowledge of ADHD strategies is very helpful, because then once you actually work through those feelings, negative feelings, and are able to get some space from them and allow some motivation to do things to help yourself arise, then you can say, okay, I need to chunk the task. So chunking is an ADHD strategy. I need to, figure out some steps in this big task. So like doing taxes, how can I collect the receipts first? Or maybe the first step is, I need to call an accountant and see what types of documents I have to collect. Another strategy would be, it's too hard to do it on your own. You need some help. So is there a person in your life that you could ask to come over and be your body double? That's another ADHD strategy. Just sitting there and maybe doing their own stuff, maybe their own taxes, but you have this now kind of support of another person, and you'll be surprised how often just having another person in the room can help you approach tasks that normally you would avoid and not want to do. Just having someone there, and often you talk before they come over, I need your help with this, and your presence here will help me do it, and another person can kind of help you, nudge you in the right direction. And another strategy may be, I don't know, now that I look at this challenge, I start feeling overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. So perhaps I need to bring it up to my coach or my therapist or my partner or a friend and just talk it out. Have a sounding board. When you have a sounding board, and it's often very helpful with ADHD, as you talk about the problem, you come up with your own solutions. And it's that listening ear that makes a huge difference. So start with self-kindness to help you acknowledge and notice all those things that keep you stuck. and some assumptions perhaps that the task should be easy and how come I'm not getting it done. And the kindness will lead you to say, well, it's not easy for me, and how can I help myself?